Morning and welcome to this week's Head Teachers broadcast. It's Monday, the 4th of October, and the cases of COVID in Banff Academy still, unfortunately, continue to rise. Since the start of this term, we've had 112 pupils who have tested positive and 5 members of staff, which equates to just around 12% of the school population. However, the good news is that the rate of increase is still continuing to slow down. There are only 17 new cases up until Friday last week, compared to 21 and 24 the previous weeks. So the number does seem to be falling just slightly. But with that in mind, I still have to ask you to continue to wear face masks and still wash your hands, try and avoid touching your face as much as you possibly can, and use the hand sanitizers as often as possible as well. I know it's tedious and tiresome, and hopefully we're getting towards the end of it, but please do try and keep using those mitigations as much as you possibly can. So very much appreciate you doing that. So on to squad. This week's squad challenge was very heavily competed this week. There were a large number of entries for creating your squad mascot. There were some hand crocheted ones, which I saw on Squad Disney, which were really good, and even a life-size cutout of Barack Obama, which was impressive. But the top two, by quite a stretch, it was very difficult to pull them apart. Was one where there was a lot of creativity and also hard work that went into creating their squad mascots. Squad Capaldi's team effort was phenomenal, and we'll post up a picture of their behemoth on Facebook. So they were second. But the winner of this week's squad challenge goes to Squad Hagrid, who happens to be here. This is their mascot, which I think you'll agree is quite impressive. So they're the winners of the squad challenge this week. So well done to them. This next week's challenge is to help us understand about Child Action on Poverty Week. And that is the fact that what we'd like you to do is to put together a meal plan, a breakfast, lunch, and meal, as low cost as possible and as healthy as possible. So let's see what delicious menus and items that you can put together on a budget that's really healthy of a meal plan for 3 meals in a day. Because as Action Poverty Week next week, we'd ask you in Squad to look at a couple of PowerPoints and help us contribute towards the local food bank, which we'll be doing collections on Thursday with. Tesco's have kindly given us some bags to help us to do that. And so when your squad leader shows you the video, I'll really ask you to pay attention to that this week and do as much as you can to help those people that really need it. But the challenge this week is for you to come up with a meal plan that's as low cost as possible, that is as healthy as possible. And we'll look at those and see which ones are the most delicious. And those squad winners will, of course, get their chocolate the following week. Chocolate, healthy eating. The Football Fantasy League, Squad Wallace seemed to be racing into the league, so very well done to him. They're racing into the lead, I should say. And at the other end, J.K. Rowling really need to be looking at their manager at the moment to see if they need to make some transfers. So keep that going. It'll be interesting to see who's top of the table at the end of term. So I would encourage our senior pupils to continue to look at our Collaborative Connections websites, to look at apprenticeships and work placements and part-time job opportunities, which they can be looking at either in the afternoons or the weekends. So please do keep updated with that. The final thing I want to just mention to you is that we're moving closer towards a uniform school again. I'm meeting all the squads at the moment in the assembly hall as we approach the October holidays to explain why it's important to be wearing uniform. But just to get yourself ready for that, in terms of planning, make sure that you're thinking about that. And also, because we're going to be coming back to school in uniform after the October holidays, you will need to bring a change of PE kit as well, because it's not obviously desirable for you to be doing PE in the uniform that you're wearing. So have a little think about that. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves and have a good week. And I'll look forward to seeing your submissions for the Head Teachers Challenge towards the end of this week. Thank you very much.